Close your eyes and pretend you are on the side of the road, trapped in a cage, tossed away by the one who you thought cared about you. For some parrots, this is a harsh reality they must face. These are the stories of those birds and the people who rescue them.
I just can't say no if somebody calls me up and says, if you don't take my bird, I'm going to turn it loose. Because you know they can't survive if they turn them loose. I'm Sue Walters, and I've been doing parrot rescue for 7 years. I was getting ready to retire after 35 years at the telephone company, and my son and I had gotten a few big parrots of our own, and I really liked them. So I decided that I wanted to work with birds when I retired and had lots of time. So I started doing internet searches, and I found Mickaboo Cockatiel Rescue. And I've been doing it for the 7 years now, and I just absolutely love every minute of it. Okay, this is Matilda. We got her when she was about 4 years old. We've had her 6 years now. She came from an animal shelter in the Bay Area, and they weren't too familiar with birds, obviously. We have a big tablet full of paperwork on her that says she's absolutely crazy, she's a psychopath, that she just mumbles and does all kinds of weird things. And they suggested that she be kept by herself because she could never be with people or anybody else. But she is just a typical Goblin. She mumbles to herself, she talks, she entertains herself and plays with toys.
My name is Bonnie Kelly, and I've been doing rescue for about 7 years. I started because my son and his wife bought a sun conure, not this one, but another one, and realized it was too noisy, and they had a busy life and didn't have time to take care of it, so they asked Mom if she would take the bird, and I thought birds are no fun. I didn't really want a bird, but I took him just to be nice, and then I was hooked. I started doing research and decided he needed a friend, and then I started working with Mickaboo, which is one of the biggest Northern California rescues, and started teaching their classes. And then I wanted to get more into education, so I broke away and started doing education and workshops. This is a Quaker parrot. His name is Bailey, and he was given up because the lady that owned him was 80 and moving into senior assisted living, and he didn't have the money to have his beak trimmed properly, so his beak had grown so long that he couldn't close his mouth and was having trouble eating. Someone already wants to adopt him. I think the education part, reaching people and seeing kind of the light bulb moments for people when they're able to go back and take the knowledge that some simple ideas sometimes can help people go back and take a bird that they weren't able to handle.
It's really wonderful to see them bloom and start playing with toys and cleaning themselves and flying and becoming part of a flock. A lady contacted Mickaboo from the Bay Area in March of this year. She had gotten him off of an ad when she lived in Eugene, Oregon, and she had gone to pick him up, and it was a breeder in a very, very terrible, terrible situation. Filthy, dirty, unhealthy, birds running around not in cages, and he had been bitten by what they thought was an Amazon and cracked his beak. And so she adopted him, and she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and her physical condition was getting to where she couldn't take care of him anymore. So she decided to surrender him, to find him a permanent home. And I kept in contact with the lady for the first couple of months. And then she said, it's difficult for me to give him up, so I don't want to have any further contact with you, but now I know he's okay.
And when I adopt a bird out, it requires an hour interview to make sure they know how to take care of a bird and they have the right environment for the bird. And come here.
You can stay on my head, I don't care.
Come here. And then I like to do a home visit if they're local.
Even with hundreds of birds abandoned every year, these women work enthusiastically to help them recover and find a permanent home. Though they claim to be retired, they have made helping these birds a full-time job.
Hey, Milo.
A little bit of both, but I would think more. Hey, Woody. Hey, that's enough. Don't be so jealous.
It's like, go Raiders.